All right, so what a week last week was. A lot of things going on. I want to put this out in case anybody is confused because maybe you've seen my lives and you're not sure where I stand. I've said in my lives clear points, but I'm going to reiterate it here. I support Harris at this point. I do, and I'm voting blue all the way up and down the list. That's how it's going because that's where we're at. I will never be supporting anybody like RFK or Trump. It's not going to happen because I know enough about what they're doing and what they want to do or what they support to know that it's not good for any of us. Now, I may be affected last by the things that they're going to do, but I know too many people around me and love too many people around me to let those people be affected first, and I have to watch what happens to them. So that's why I'm voting blue the way I am. If there's any confusion, that I am voting blue. There is no question about that. That is what's happening. It is really unfortunate that a lot of people have fallen for a lot of things on this platform. To go back to like Cancel This Clothing Co., I used to watch his videos. This was, I think, last year. But then as people started bringing stuff out, I started to see a different side that wasn't apparent before, and did a good job of that. I don't have a Twitter account anymore. I got rid of it because I didn't like the shenanigans going on over there and didn't like what Musk was doing and didn't want to support him, so I dropped the platform. So now I have to kind of rely on other people who are going to be able to see things and show things from there so I can understand what's going on, because the downside of dumping Twitter was that it closed off an avenue for me to see what people are doing. Now I can still Google such and such, content creator tweets and see what's going on. So, but no, I am very left leaning. Now you may watch my lives and see me talk with a lot of people on right wing politics, people on the right, but you should be watching the content on my lives to see what we're talking about and how I'm addressing those people. I am essentially interviewing them, asking them questions to get a viewpoint to try to understand where their thinking is coming from. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, we already know, it's out of ignorance, it's out of... While I would like to believe that, I have talked to a few people who have taken ideas away, and it seems like they have a different perspective. Even for those that may not have changed, it gives us more information to work with to see how these people think, to understand that, and engage them differently. Whether we like it or not, no matter what the outcome of the election is going to be, we have to be able to see how people think so we can deal with them, because they're going to constantly be around us. It's always going to be there. We have to be able to work with that and deal with it. I know some people take offense to that. What do you mean deal with it? Well, it's a situation. When you have a person that doesn't like people of a certain color or thinks certain people shouldn't live in this country anymore, it's a situation we have to deal with. That's all there is to it. So, final note on this, and I'm going to be saying this a lot more, especially now that we're getting into election season. It doesn't just stop with the presidential election, you guys. We have to keep going all the way down to lower levels. You have to keep voting and paying attention, or run if you can. See if you can run for some of these offices. Presidential election is one thing. There's still congressional stuff that needs to be done. We got to keep voting, you guys. We're going to have midterms come up. Pay attention to midterms. Your city council, if you can get on your city council, if you can be a mayor in your town, vote for those anyway. Vote when you can. But if you're going, the mayoral election in your city can be a huge difference too. Where I live here in Colorado Springs, the mayor can be a very big deal because of how divided some things can be in this city. Any city's that way. Governors elections, pay attention to those. I know I get that backwards because it's like governor then mayor, but your state legislature, that stuff. All the way down, and I know I'm missing a few in here, but I'm trying to be quick on the video, all the way down to your school board. Whatever district you're in, if you can't run, make sure you're voting. Make sure you're paying attention to things, you know what's going on. School boards are being taken over at such an alarming rate. The school boards in my city here, one of them's already being investigated for was it something election related? I think it was misappropriation of funds. I have to look it up, but anyway, they're in trouble for that. They're being investigated for that. Another one has been backed by Moms for Liberty. So these are big issues. Please pay attention to every election. Educate yourself, and remember always, there's no such thing as I'm not political. That's a political statement itself, whether you realize it or not. You have made yourself political because you said you're not political. Everything is political. Everything. The sooner you embrace that and start dealing with it, the better informed you can be and the better decisions you can make, or at least back up your opinions. But that is what there is at this point, guys. Anyway, I look forward to seeing everybody on a live as soon as I can do one of those. Like I said, it's going to be today. I said this in another video, but it's either going to be tonight or it'll be tomorrow. I try to get on 8. That doesn't always happen. 8 p.m. Mountain Time, just to let you guys know. And we're on until pretty much the attention and stuff dies out. The engagement dies out, and that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, thanks for the engagement. Thanks for following along. And to all my new followers, welcome on.